Detective Comics issue 1007 sees Jim Corrigan readied for a sacrifice by the Spectre cult, who continue their creepy chant about the host must die. He learns from them that the Spectre spirit will be torn from his body and given to them, letting them control the spirit of vengeance how they see fit. The group dubbed themselves the Cult of the Divine Hands and try and unwill the spirit from his body, but Jim says that they will never separate him from the Spectre. At the Batcave, Bruce goes over the crime scene in virtual reality, searching the different parts of it for clues. Suddenly he senses the Spectre, who has taken over the T-Rex in the cave. The spirit returns to a human-like form as Bruce tries to put on his cowl, but the Spectre says it's no use, since he knows he is Bruce Wayne, but maybe he wears the cowl to hide something from himself. Bruce asks why Corrigan is so important to the Spectre, who tells him that Jim and him are one and the same. Turning into a mist and entering Bruce's body, the Spectre gives him a front seat to Jim and his story. Jim's story starts out as a cop who becomes a detective, who used his power of the badge to do good, but also began pushing the limits of his power, costing him his life when he was killed by some gangsters. The Spectre saw him and decided to bond with him, bringing him back to life to walk the earth and seek retribution for the murdered. Now that Bruce understands their story and bond, Spectre says that he needs to rejoin with Corrigan soon by whatever means necessary. Bruce says that he won't kill and he will help him find Jim, but he's not about to indulge the Spectre's bloodlust. Spectre says that it's his nature and who he is, and after a tense moment, the Spectre agrees that there will only be blood if he is forced to do so, and there will be no death that night. Bruce gets to work finding something that might help them. Piece of fabric that upon finding it, they also find the tip of a finger on it. Running the prints, it leads to Rick Zola, who has been missing for 14 months, but Bruce finds his associates, who recently robbed a bank. Batman and the Spectre go and visit the criminals, demanding to know where their other member, Ray Ambrose, is, since they pulled many heists together and he's connected to Rick. Spectre tortures the man, who is scared into telling Batman, who is surprised to find himself the good cop in this situation. With the information at hand, the two heroes find Ray's apartment, where Batman finds a pair of shoes that have a piece of a wood fragment that is centuries old and leads them to a centuries old church called the Grace Church. As they bust into the condemned church, Spectre says he can smell innocent blood. Inside they find the cult, attacking them and disarming them all. Batman frees Jim, who helps the Dark Knight and the Spectre fight the cult, who claim that they will find a new host. Jim is shot in the shoulder as they try and kill him, and the fire from the dropped candles begins to spread. Batman says that he will take the cult out of the building, either unconscious or conscious. The cult, however, refuse, blowing up part of the roof with their guns and having it cave in on them, saying that they failed and they need to be purified. Batman is knocked out of the window by the Spectre as the building explodes into flames. Outside, Batman says Spectre saved him, but someone is alive in the burning building and screaming, and he says the night isn't over and neither is what Spectre promised him. So the spirit reluctantly goes back inside, rescuing the man before returning to Jim's body. As Jim leaves, Batman says that you can't have the Spectre operating in Gotham, but Jim says that any day now he should be transferred to New York, which Batman is happy about. Detective Comics issue 1007 ended the Batman-Spectre team-up in a really satisfying way, as the issue is just filled with Batman doing detective work, more so than the first issue. In this issue, he's using fingerprints, DNA samples, and wood fragments and everything to find out who has taken Jim Corrigan. It was all very cool and something obviously you don't see much. I know I keep saying that in these reviews, but it's so true about Batman. You never really see him do much detective work. I love the continued battle of ideologies between Spectre and Bruce as well, and Bruce basically getting the Spectre to compromise in his ways is probably one of the most badass things that Batman has ever done. You don't just confront the Spectre with that, especially someone like the Spectre who is so ingrained in doing vengeance and committing murders. I'm looking forward to the Joker story next issue, but it will be tough to beat this really awesome crossover. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10. Hey everyone, thanks for watching my newest video. If you enjoyed it, you might also like to check out my other reviews here on my channel. You can also follow me on various social media platforms like Twitter by searching Matt_FOS, or even join the Comic Multiverse Discord server and chat with other comic book fans, including myself and Joel from Cape Joel. Want cheap comics and trades? Head over to the book depository with the link in the description to get the cheapest trades and comics around, along with free shipping anywhere in the world. Until next time, this has been Matt of the Fortress of Solitude. Thank you so much for watching.